some insight and some tips on to help you find your direction and your place in life. This is the Think Your Reality Podcast, episode 46. Hang on, here we go.
Your destiny is by your design. Getting what you want in your professional life is gained by following a series of steps created by your mindset. Are you ready to start the journey? This is the Think Your Reality Podcast. Here's Mike Sims.
Hey, it's Mike Sims, and thank you again for letting me spend some time in your life with you. So we're looking for some direction, right? We're looking for some tips on how to get where we belong and our place in life. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, your own definition of success. Mine, if I may share it with you, is to do what I want, when I want, where I want, and with whom I want. Now, that may seem pretty vague by some standards, but it suits me to a T. It typically involves two of my oldest and closest friends, two of my children, and classic American cars. I value my time spent with very close friends in the activities that interest us. But from a professional standpoint, I love encouraging and guiding people to find their place in this world. The saying, if you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. If you're going to spend a third of your life working, why not look forward to it and enjoy it? And a third calculated in theory by 24 hours a day and 8 of those hours working. Being supportive of a person's life direction was something I did at every job I ever had. And it gave me more a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment than what the actual job offered me. Basically, what it comes down to is doing this is what I am. Is doing this making me rich monetarily right now? No, not even close. Is it something I believe very strongly in, get a lot of joy out of, and therefore have to continue the path? Emphatically, yes. We've touched on this before, but living to someone's expectation for you may seem easier, right? Because the guesswork has been taken out of it. The soul-searching has been removed. The tough question doesn't have to get answered. And that may seem an easier path to travel, except that question beckons to be answered. And until it gets answered, it will actually haunt you. Until you answer it and start the journey toward it, you're not living your best version of you. Something's missing. Some say it's easier to take the path handed by you by friends, family, or life. And when it goes south, you have someone other than yourself to pin the blame on. Okay. But that mode of operation will never produce the results you want or deserve. You come to terms with answering the question and the steps necessary to its realization, or you deal with the sense that something has been missing from your life and the regret you have now of not having pursued it. You have a choice to make. So what matters to you? Let me share a quote with you. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. And the gentleman that wrote that, his name is Viktor Frankl. And he's the author of Man's Search for Meaning. If you ever have a little time, do some research on him. It's a fascinating story. And for that man to have that outlook after what he endured is nothing short of impressive. Those circumstances that concern you are temporary and only have the power over you that you gave to them. That's empowering. They are temporary and only have that effect that you allow them to or that you gave them permission to. I want you to contemplate that for a bit. Decision and choice are powerful tools that you possess. Do you use them to your benefit? We've touched on this before. No is actually yes. I'll explain. Saying no politely to a person or situation that contradicts your goals, aspirations, beliefs, and direction is saying yes to your priorities and yes to your life. Narrowing what appears as options or opportunities makes for more time for you to affirm your path and follow it. And it's the path that you decided. There is no definitive definition of success. I know so many people, as I'm sure you do too, that are seemingly happy with their existence. What they do or are involved in professionally would never suit me, nor would my work or hobbies interest them. Your definition is yours. It does not require validation from anyone but you. It's basically part of your DNA. It's how you were built or wired. It's what makes you you. It's what makes you unique and not to be copied, nor should you copy anybody else. You've heard the expression, be yourself, because everyone else is taken. What are the reasons you cannot be happy in your life's work? Why not you? Why not your life's story be of great success? If you are unable to reasonably explain why you are professionally unfulfilled, you have to abandon it. If you cannot defend it, you have to let it go. Let me let you in on a little secret. You will never successfully defend the attitude that you don't deserve, ever. Any attempt to prove why you shouldn't be successful or happy in your life's work is at best an excuse and probably a lie that you've been telling yourself for too long. Now, you can continue in this path and you'll have a lot of company because most people in life live this way. Look around you. This stops immediately. Are you at ease living with your current mindset? If you choose to believe there's a better way, you will find it. The operative words being choose and believe. If you're willing to accept everything life hands you, you are in for a lot of disappointment. When you choose to believe there is a different or better way, you have validated the thought in your mind that something better awaits. You need to pursue the idea. Its tangible equivalent will come to you. You think your reality. If past beliefs and ways are limiting or detrimental to you, they need to be left on the side of the road. There is no room for them in the life of a person pursuing success. There is no room in your life for them. If money were not an issue, what would you do as a profession? If the burden of not having to pay your bills were not a concern, what would you invest your time doing? Most of us, and me included, do not have that luxury. I am not a trust fund person or a recent lottery winner. And here's where I'm going to suggest you commit theft. I want you to steal time. Let me explain. If you sat down and really thought about what you spend your time doing, I believe you would find a little bit of time, maybe a lot of bit of time, every day to invest in what you would be most happy doing as a profession. Listen to this. Statistically, people watch 3 hours of TV a day. That's staggering. And most of what's on the tube is mindless garbage. So let's try this. Let's allow for 2 hours of television. That leaves an hour a day to use toward the investment of achieving your goals. Listen to this. At the end of the year, that hour a day equates to 9 work weeks toward a profession or a goal that you'd be happier being involved in. Over time, and less than you may think, your investment of an hour a day at the least is adding income. In the long run, it's getting you to a much more sought-after position in life. Do the math. No television equates to 27 work weeks spent just on you and in the pursuit of your goals. That's a great investment. Success is coming to you. You get to decide when and how it shows up. My name is Mike Sims. This is the Think Your Reality podcast, as I always end and believe in my heart of hearts. Have an absolutely awesome day. You deserve nothing less.